When it comes to playing Pokemon, especially on Showdown, there are many options for metagames to possibly want to dive into, with lots of them being lost or forgotten due to the sheer amount of different game modes available. The format I want to talk about has been around the YouTube sphere for over a decade and was really popular back in the day. I've even started my own brand around it via Instagram. It's known as metronome. It's a funny little mode where the moveset is restricted down to the single move of metronome. It picks a random move for the mon to use in a Pandora's box type of game mode where anything is possible and luck must be on your side. Well, the average Pokemon fan will look at this and see that it's somewhat basic and uncomplicated format, thinking it's a waste of time from randomness, not having a lot of substance for them to want to pick up and try to learn. But that's just where the average person is wrong. They don't understand metronome and what makes this metagame so much fun to me and my community who plays it every day. So let me give you some reasons to why to join this metronome craze. Quick note, this is mostly involving doubles and will be based off the Natdex formats where all mons get the ability to learn to move, not just mons that naturally learn to move. First point you make is always the most important when it comes to luring somebody into something, and I feel like the first one with metronome is the pacing. It makes it very important when it comes to battling, and nothing can beat the agency of a metronome battle. It takes a somewhat slow pace of typical and increases the chaoticness by tenfold, making every decision so much more of a gamble than in standard Pokemon. Also, with the sheer amount of possible game states in this mode, it makes you seeing the same game happen again almost impossible, making every game feel fresh or something you didn't expect to happen. It makes you have to learn interactions you typically would never need to know or even expect to happen in standard Pokemon, making you think a lot more creative about using your full Pokemon knowledge, which all of us don't really get a chance to do in the main series games with how simple they are. A good example is how Sheer Force and Life Orb work together, only typically used on Landorus Incarnate in VGC. If you pull a move with a secondary effect, it'll remove Life Orb's 10% recoil damage and pack a huge extra punch of damage. The strategy used with only typically one VGC mon now has a larger pool of mons which could use it. A couple other fun ones that we've found over the last couple weeks is that Healing Wish and Looter Dance actually proc on Ally Switch. Also, Orcroyal's ability Dancer fails if it's holding a choice item. I have plenty of examples of these, but I'll save those for another time. Fun little quirks like these keep happening, as you never know what may possibly happen to you. With all the brief mentions of VGC, this may scare off a lot of people from not even wanting to try this format, but the simplicity of Metronome is actually a great gateway into playing competitive Pokemon. Whenever new people come to the league, I always pitch to them that Metronome can be a stepping stone into doing real formats, as newer people quite don't understand all the aspects of Pokemon well, including the type matchups, abilities, and how items even work. If we take away the hardest part of VGC, the moves, it can help new players experience Pokemon in a whole new light. Also, giving them the opportunity to one day step into the VGC landscape or even spending tens of hours on Showdown getting their elo up. My favorite aspect of this format are the mons used, as they are the most important part of Metronome, because they are all you can control. Yes, it's true higher stats are typically better, but that doesn't always mean they're the best option to fill that role on your team. Format and ban lists will play a huge role into your selection. Having more bans to the higher mons does lead to more increasingly unique mons that get the chance to fill the void that the super strong mons took up. Think back to Reg H in Scarlet and Violet, when all the cool mons got the shine because all legendary Pokemon got banned. That's the best part of this metagame, where mons like Hydrapple, Octillery, Tangrowth, and Quillfish get little to no play, but they get a chance to shine here in Metronome. Now, setting the stage for my final point, being the community behind it. They say the people around you make the experience. That's exactly what our Metronome community has done. We have made each other grow and get better and better every single day. To the mode that we just love, and to each new person that brings something new to the table, which we wouldn't have had before. There's nothing more fun than when a large group of people get together to watch some Metronome games. It's a fun environment not a lot of people get to feel, especially online playing Pokemon Showdown of all things, which is something that base Metronome communities and all of Showdown have missed as a community aspect. This was my love letter to Metronome, a place I spent much of the last 2 years of my life. If after hearing all about this metronome, you feel like this may interest you and you'd want to come try the concert out with more people, come join us over on Discord, link below. We have many things to do there that may end up piquing your interest, like our own Gym Leaders Challenge, where you can try to make it through Gym Leaders and become the champion of Metronome. Seriously, thank you to anyone who stayed this long. Looking forward to see everybody next week.